Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to do another installment of the Xbox 360 Minecraft build of this is going to be an expansion of the Jurassic Park video that we did before. If you haven't seen that, what it was we took the ride at Universal Orlando Resort, the Jurassic Park River Adventure ride, and we built it as accurately as possible on Minecraft Xbox 360 Edition. So we are planning to build the whole Park of Islands of Adventure. And this is the second part of that expansion. And if you haven't told by my shirt or the title of the video, this is Skull Island Reign of Kong, built in Minecraft. So let's get this rolling. Alright, so first what I'm going to show you, I'm going to give you like an aerial view, and then we're gonna ride the ride, go through the queue line and everything like that. We're gonna ride the actual ride, and then after that, we're gonna go into detail and make everything more elaborate and show you exactly what we did, so that if you want to build something like this or something similar, or build your own ride, you at least have like maybe some ideas to go off of, because why not? So, for the moment you've been waiting for since the video started, since you clicked on it, you're gonna get your first look at Skull Island Reign of Kong in Minecraft. Here we go. Voila. Magnificent. Ta-da. Here it is. So briefly, if you can see in the shot, right there where that wood is, those wood planks at the bottom, that's the extended queue. We're gonna go through that just real fast. And then you can see you have the rock that you go around, you have the track, and you have those the big opening doors to where you enter like the native doorway. So yeah, you get the little lanterns and everything like that, and yeah, let's go. We're at the entrance of the ride, and as you can see, we're going through a statue of King Kong. We're going right through his mouth. Attraction entrance, here we go. This is the extended queue. I'm just going to zoom through this real fast so you can get an idea of what it's like. This is only used, this extended queue is only used when there's like a lot of people. Like when you see the line waits, when they're like 120 minutes or longer than that, then they'd go use an extended queue so they don't have a line going out of the ride and, you know, causing traffic and stuff like that. Alright, let's speed this up. I'm not gonna go all the way back there, but I'll just show you what it looks like. So like we have these walls and stuff, and then the little interweavings of the queue, and then you have some trash cans right there. And alright, let's go through the actual queue. This is the part that most guests could recollect from, you know, their travels to Universal Orlando. This is the part like they would most recognize if they were to watch this video. Alright, here we go. So walking through. That's the express line, the express queue right there. Which I'll show you that when we do, you know, the more elaborate part. And we're in. Now this wall right here is the, here you can probably get a better view right here. This is where like all the skulls are in the wall after you do kind of stuff. Yeah, and then this is the lady, the witch native lady, that has the room full of fiery skulls, and she does her you know, little ritual that is really creepy. But yeah, I'll show you her. She's sleepwalking right now, so she's not, you know, active in her ritual. And then these are the fire skulls that we have all around. Impressive, right? Not really, but alright. The ride is more impressive. Again, this is the express line right there. And then here we go, we keep going through. Now, for this part right now, you're just going to see a bunch of walls, and you're kind of not even probably going to be able to follow where I'm going just because it's so dark in here. But in the actual queue line, it is dark. We tried to map out this queue as best as possible to what other people saw and what we kind of remember from going through the queue a bunch of times. And then in the queue itself, I'm not going to give away too much in case you have not been on this ride yet, but there's some creepy parts with some people, and they have like some dead people, some dead travelers that have come to the island, stuck in this part of the cave, to show how dangerous this island actually is. So this is what this part represents. And then as we keep going, there's another part when you get past that where it has like a bunch of boxes and all the captured creatures and things like that from the island, kind of like the storage facility area. And in this, there's like a really big parasitic worm almost that has these really gnarly teeth. So that's what the Steve head is supposed to represent. Oh yeah, I forgot. If you guys saw the last Jurassic Park video, Blake placed 8 Steve heads throughout the ride. We only found 7 in the video. He totally forgot where he put the last one. We ended up finding where the Steve head was after we had to go through the ride. If you go back and try to watch the video and think you saw one, you won't, because just the way that the ride was going, it was in a place that you like couldn't have seen unless you were actually looking for it. I'll just make it real brief. You know the rock part that you go through after you go through the initial, you see the big dinosaur guy, and you see those little 2 dinosaurs, and you go through the big rock cave. So there was one in that cave, but when you exit the cave, there was one on the right around the corner. You won't be able to see it in the video, but that was the 8th Steve head that we didn't end up finding in the video. This is not a secret Steve head. This is just to represent, you know, that the parasite. If you like the Steve head thing, we'll keep doing it in each of the rides, in each of the Islands of Adventure. If you guys really enjoyed it, even though you aren't actually finding it. But all right, so let's ride the ride. I'm talking too much. So you get past that, past all the boxes. I'm not going to talk as much for this part, just because I don't want you guys hearing my voice in the background when you don't really want to. I'll point out a few things here and there, just because some of it is hard to recognize. But other than that, I'm leaving it up to you to figure out what's going on. So this is the entrance, the doors and the rocks and stuff like that we can see from the outside, and now we are entering the doors. That's that skull. These are the bats. Pretty nasty, right? Yeah. It's pretty dark in here. And we get to our first place. This is the place where all the bats come out of, where you first meet your explorer friends, or the other travelers that came to Skull Island as well, looking for Kong. So as you can see, they have all their luggage in their cars and things like that, and they're all getting ready to go, walking around. And that is the cave where the bats come out of, the big bats. I forgot what they're called. I think they start with a V. If you know what they are, let me know. I think they're called like not Velociraptor, Vlytraps or Vloxworks, something like that. I don't know. It's a really cool name. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave you here in awe a little bit to take this in, because hard work pays off. And there's Blake in the background.
I didn't even realize. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Alright, and we're moving on. Now this next scene you may recognize as well, and it is it's pretty difficult to make. So this is a swamp scene. The swamp scene is there's supposed to be a squid in there, but there's like not enough room for it to move, because you have to have a certain amount of block space for the creature to be able to stay there. That's why the villagers in the last scene were able to stay in their spot. Now in this scene, we see one of the traveler ladies that got picked up by the Vlytrap bat. I don't know what it's called. I'll just call it a bat. The bat. And she gets dropped off here. And in this scene, we see those parasitic creatures that were foreshadowed in the queue line in this scene. And actually in this scene, we also see this big crab type hand or claw come out and grab the traveler lady. I forget her name too. Kate. Her name's Kate, Blake said. So her name is Kate. The big claw comes out and grabs Kate, and then we just have to get these people out of here. All the people on the what? All the people on the thing. So yeah, pretty nasty. And then we go into black again in the darkness as we approach the next scene, which is going through the jungle. So here's the jungle, and then we see next to us, he's like, go slow, and then all these raptors start chasing us, so then we start going faster and trying to speed up to get us to try to outrun the raptors. And in here it's mostly just greenery and things like that. And then we go through and we get to the part where we see King Kong himself at an angle. And that was the best we could do with the blocks that we had without making it on scale. Right here, that's a dinosaur right there. Yeah, looks like a dinosaur, doesn't it? And then over here, I think we have a dinosaur too. Oh, he's up there. There's Kong, and he's attacking all these guys. Now we gotta move on to the next scene. Another big dinosaur guy right there. And then this is when we're falling down through the vines. And Kong, he's there, and he catches us. Thank you, Kong, for catching us and saving us from falling to our death. And we travel along further and further through, and look who we see again. It is King Kong himself in the flesh. He's there, and we get a big close-up of him and his really stank breath as he breathes heavy right in our face. So yeah, then after that we go, and that's it. That's the ride. We exit off and we jump out and we make sure that our cart is gone, so the next people riding can keep on keeping on. So yeah, now that we've finished with the ride, I'll go into a little bit more detail with everything, and I'll give you as much information as I can, starting with this right here. This is a merch station, like a merchandise station where you can buy shirts and other merchandise. Right? Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah. Okay. More detailed stuff. I'm not gonna play around as much. So, as you can see, Jurassic Park is right there. This is also going to be a part of the other expansion that we're gonna just have to get touched back on. There's a restaurant that's supposed to be here that separates Skull Island from Jurassic Park. So we gotta build that, and that's gonna cover up that purple wall, so you're not gonna see that as much because this is what the facade's gonna be. All right, so I'm gonna start here. So when you go in through Skull Island, there's gonna be like these lanterns and things like that. So that's what this is. And there's a lot of greenery in here. There's a lot of vegetation in this place. And then here, behind this wall, is that's the express queue. So what they did is they covered it to make it look like there's gates there. And then here, there's a bunch of skulls lining the stone in the island and all the other rock structures. So this goes all the way around to the front. Now this signage here is supposed to say Skull Island, Reign of Kong, but we don't know how to do that. So we do that, and here is the front where you enter the mouth. We touched on what it looked like before, but here's a little bit of a visual so you can actually see what is going on. So here, those are the teeth and stuff like that. This is going to be the wait time that is shown here. And the express entrance is always to the right for this ride, and the attraction entrance is going to be on your left. So here we made the gates and stuff, all of this out of wood planks and different types of wood. This is the track. If you want to make like curves, like if you want to go like straight and a diagonal without going like zigzag and all that stuff, you just do this like interweaving thing back and forth. That makes it go like straight diagonal without you having like all the weird turns and stuff like that. These are the spikes that come out of the island. Trying kind of like barricades, like hey, back off. And then this is the big rock structure that you go around before entering the doors. Here you can see the extended queue behind this gate, and this is the big bad boy entrance to the actual inner workings of the ride, where your adventure continues in a much creepier sense. So you have the fire things and the big doors that enter here. This is all made out of just stone, bedrock, stuff like that. And as you can see, we kind of blended everything together with more trees and grass and stuff like that. So before I go in the ride, actually, you know what? I am going to go in the ride because we already went through the queue. So the ride begins. You go through, and this is the first part you see. In the ride, there's a skull that's laid sideways on the side of its head, which is supposed to represent like the species that Kong is. One of their, I guess, ancestors just dying, and their skull is just laying there. And after that, the doors close behind you, and you see these bats, these big bats that you're gonna see later in the ride. That's the one that picks up the girl Kate. I forget what they're called. I think they're called like flag traps or velociraps, or I don't know what they're called. Something with a V. But this is also foreshadowing what you're gonna see later in the next scene. So let's see if I can get through this part here, because it's really dark. You probably won't be able to see anything on the screen. But I'm going to try to get to the next scene as fast as possible here. So here you get to see the actual, the car and all the travelers where they sat down and unloaded all their stuff. You know what? I'm off the track. So, yeah, so here, that's the track, and then there's a little space just so that everything's not so much in your face. Give it a little bit of distance, because in the ride this is actually just a screen. This is their traveling car that they have all their stuff that they unloaded from. These are the people. This is we can just call this person is Kate. That's her helper, and I know there's one other person. And then back there, that's the cave where all those bats come out of when he shoots the flare. This is the cave where they all come out of, and where the big V-Bat thing picks up Kate and takes her to the next scene of the adventure. So back here, all we pretty much did was make it dark so it looked like it had depth, and build this to an angle, and then we made this black. So I'll show you back what it looks like. But this is all black with torches and stuff like that. And so this is what it looks like from where you stop, which is right here. So you stop right here on the track, and you just see everything moving, and then back there, see how it kind of looks like the cave keeps going on? Now that I told you that it's black, you can kind of figure out that it's not black. But I bet you the first time you saw it and we went through, that you didn't realize that this is not as big of a space as it seems, or as it actually is. So on to the next scene. Here we go. So this, I lost where I'm going. This next scene is the swamp scene. So as I said before, we were gonna have a squid in here, and this is the big claw that comes out. There's nothing in here; it's just the claw, and there's all these other lights and things like that. Now, what the crazy part is about this is that everything in that we do is about perspective. So it's the way you look at things. Cause like here, that looks like it's actually coming out farther than it is, but in reality, it's not that long. Like it's not a big giant claw coming out. It just appears as that from where we placed you in the ride. It looks like it's actually coming out, even though it is coming out of the zone, but coming out farther than you would expect. And then you have the lights hidden back here and here that you don't really focus on. There's Kate again. Wave at Kate. And the vines and things like this just help give that sense of depth that this place is farther back than it actually is. This is made out of bedrock, grass, and some other wood things, and also made out of planks. So now we go on to the next scene, which is the jungle scene, where we first get introduced to all of the creatures and the dinosaurs chasing you. I'm going. Now what we did, because we didn't have a lot of space to work with since we built on the edge of the map, which I'll show you later, like with the bird's eye view. So with this, you're going to go slow, and there's like dinosaurs and stuff like that, which again we didn't put in because you're not going to see them. and then you just go really, really fast through this, and I'm just gonna go because all this is trees and expanse, and the dinosaurs are chasing you here, and it's really high intensity action going on, and then we get to this part where we finally get to these ruins, and these dinosaurs are like knocking our car. There's one guy here, and there's another one guy down there, and then Kong comes out and beats the crap out of these dinosaurs, and but then these dinosaurs are pulling and tugging as he's battling one of them. This guy here grabs us, and he throws us. Oh yeah, here's Kong again. I totally forgot it. Kong jumps over while this guy's biting us, and this guy throws us off, and then we start falling down. This is supposed to be a shot like we're falling down deeper. That's like the ground right there, and then these are all the vines that are, I don't know, like that's the sky, and we're falling down. So it's like a different style room to just to, I guess, kind of give you that again, depth. The dinosaur is falling with us, and then finally we drop down onto the cement. We're getting closer and closer to the rocks down below, which we're gonna run into. And then Kong finally saves us with his big open arms, catches us, saves the day, and he drops us safely. And we just continue on with our trek. And at the end, we get this really, really cool scene and amazing animatronic of Kong himself, King Kong, that is just really up close and personal with the riders, which is really nice. Really nice addition that I guess completes the ride. Other than just riding through, you actually get to have a little bit of an interaction with Kong, which is pretty cool. So yeah, here it's just Kong himself. There's some lights in here to shine a little bit, so it's not pitch black on him. And again, it's all about perspective. So you see here, he kind of looks like an alien. I was just straight, but from this angle, it looks like he's tall. So when you're working with blocks, you have to kind of, make it your own to give that realistic perspective, so it's not so blocky. I know this is Minecraft, so you're dealing with blocks, and you're gonna get some of that. But yeah, and we end the ride, and this is the goggle drop off, because when you ride this ride, you wear 3D goggles. So you drop off your goggles there, and we just go and exit this ride, and yeah. So that's the ride part. I guess I can go through the queue and show you what else is what else we have. But I'll give you that bird's eye view that I was talking about earlier, just to show you. That's Camp Jurassic in the works, which is going to come out probably in the next installment. I don't know when. I don't know what we're doing. I keep saying next installment. I know we're going to be doing Toon Lagoon. That's our next focus, but we also have to finish Camp Jurassic and the restaurant, just so that this section of Islands of Adventure is done, like complete. And also we have to finish those games and the other restaurant in Jurassic Park. I don't know if that's going to be the next video. It might be, but we're most likely going to start on Toon Lagoon. That's most likely going to be the next video that I'm guessing. But yeah, bird's eye view. So we didn't want to go through and put all of this this intense work onto this top part, because when you're on the ground, you're not going to see it. So bird's eye view, you're going through, you enter right here, and you come out right there. As you can see, you're following the track all the way through the doors here. The skull and the bats are right there when you enter. And then right here, all this right here is black. You just go pitch black, because that's the edge of the map, and we can't fit a whole scene there. So you go through. This right here is where the first scene is. Right here. And then you go along this wall, like literally you're right up against this wall, and you do a curve back here, and this part right here is the second scene. And then you follow, again, you go back all the way down here, all the way down to roughly about here, and you come all the way back, and this right here, coming back this way, is the jungle scene that follows all the way down here. And then you make that turn, that right turn, and then this is where the dinosaur scene comes, where the dinosaurs are attacking you, and Kong comes and he saves you, and you're falling, and Kong catches you right on that corner, and then he drops you, and you come around here, and you come around, and Kong is right about there, and you keep coming, and you exit off the ride right in here, and you just come straight out of this part right there, and there's that little merchandise stand. Oh yeah, I didn't take you through the express, my bad. So let's go through the express line real fast. Go through the special gates, you open and close these things. And we're going through, now this is roughly the same experience that you get queue-wise, but you don't get to see the cool witch lady as much. And the other cool aspects. So you get to see the skull wall, where the skulls are facing you, and this is the regular line, regular queue. The witch lady doing her ritual. But what's different about the express queue and the regular queue is you don't get at the up close kind of amazing awe type of feeling when you actually go through, because you kind of just get in the side view. And I'm not going to really show you the rest of the queue because it's literally just walls. I'll go through it just real fast because it's just a straight thing, but it's just walls, and you get the other side of this, and then see, like, it's just walls, and it just goes straight down all the way through here, and then here is when you enter the ride. So like that's where you exit the regular queue, and you go on the ride here, and then let's go to, okay, yeah, so that's it. Alright, so back out to the front. Let's get that view. Here's one last look at Skull Island, Reign of Kong, the ride at Universal Orlando Resort. Thank you for watching, and thank you for getting to the end of this video. I really appreciate it. We all appreciate it here at Team Flynn. Comment below whether or not you want us to do Jurassic Park, like complete that, meaning completing the restaurants, completing Camp Jurassic, and completing the dinosaur that you didn't get in the last video, or if you want us to expand on, create a new expansion to Islands of Adventure by creating Toon Lagoon. So whether or not you want completed Jurassic Park for the next expansion, or Toon Lagoon for the next expansion, which involves the water rides. If you're not subscribed to our channel, I don't know why you're not, but subscribe already, and make sure you hit our faces at the end card. So after I stop talking, our faces are going to pop up. Click on our faces, and then also make sure you go to our homepage and click on that notification button, because we're going to be posting just randomly at any time, giving you guys as much content as possible. So by clicking that notification bell, you'll be updated every time we post and give you guys great content. So thank you for watching. Make sure to go check out the Jurassic Park video, which is at 14,000 views. So thank you for that, and we'll see you next time for another installment of the Minecraft Universal Orlando expansion. Thank you for watching.